we have an audience question. Let's hear it.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yep.
I can
Awesome.
see you
Awesome.
too. And
Yeah, great. My name is Michael. I'm from Georgetown, Texas, and I was looking for this exact case. This is kind of a legal question.
Oh dear.
Relating to what you mentioned at the top of the show. So kind of separation of church and state,
Sure.
lines being blurred, it being a little under attack, especially in Texas.
right.
And I can't find a news article, but I saw this on some YouTube channel. Whether or not it's true, there's an interesting question behind
On
it.
YouTube,
So,
I don't know.
yeah, I don't know.
Sorry,
And I can't trust anything on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
So basically, there was a judge who was giving down a sentence on a guy who stole something from a church in some rural city in Texas or town.
Okay.
And he gave a very lenient sentence, and the justification he gave was that the church and Jesus had forgiven the person for the theft, and that was the justification behind the more lenient, I guess, what he owed, what he had to do in terms of probation, or I can't remember the exact details. But my question is, how is that legal to justify a sentence based on what you believe God is instructing or forgiving, the God that you believe in? And is that? And is there anything that could be done in a situation like that to push back against that judge's apparent discretionary powers?
I'd suspect that it's not legal per se, but who would be the one who would bring that judge into conformity? It would probably be, I don't know, I don't do criminal law. I haven't in a long time, at least. So the person who was sentenced isn't going to do anything about it, right?
Of course, yeah.
And so it would have to be somebody who has standing to intervene. So it would probably be a governmental entity. And
In
then,
Texas?
yeah, that might be an AG or a DA in that particular jurisdiction. And then judges have incredible amounts of immunity.
Right.
I have some experience in that field where they can kind of do anything in the capacity of a judge. There may be a mandamus petition filed to do something about it, but I think this is more of a judicial process, a political process is what I meant to say. And so if it's rural, I'm not saying that rural folks are more religious, but it does seem to be that way. And so this judge probably ran on a platform of tough on crime, and God's great, and I'm going to do things biblically. But I don't know. I was looking for it while you were talking about it, and I'm not seeing anything about that. But this is why it's important to get involved in your local elections, and like your vote doesn't matter. Well, it does, because we're voting for these judges, and we're letting them sort of do business in that fashion. So that's all I have to say. That's all I can think of to say about that. But I'll keep looking. If you find it, and you said you couldn't, send it to the show, TV at atheist-community.org. I'd like to talk about that on the Nonprofits.